I guess you would be first. I'm going to read just half of the books he's written. It is Brad, right? Yep. Okay. I mean, I know who he is. I just want to know if he's first or not. I just want to make sure. Author of The Lions of Lucerne, Path of the Assassin, State of the Union, Blowback, Takedown, The First Commandment, The Last Patriot, The Apostle, Foreign Influence, The Athena Project, Full Black, and Blacklist. His most recent Act of War was released in July of 2014. And after this book tour, he's going on tour as the Sean Hannity Experience. Ladies and gentlemen, Brad Thor.
Thank you, Frank. I love your show. Listen all the time. Freddie is just a fantastic radio personality. We love him tons and tons and tons. So, Phil, thank you. Phil had me on a show to help promote this event recently. Everybody wants to get to Dana and Katie and all the pretty, and then of course Uncle Ted. Just a real quick thing. I am so thrilled. I live in Nashville now. Moved here in thank you. Moved here in June. I left the People's Republic of Illinois. I did a radio interview the other day, and they said, "Hey, we hired a Republican governor. Come back." And I said, "That sounds like some guy showing up in the forward bulkhead of the Titanic with a roll of duct tape going, it's all fine, no problems, we got this, it's all good." I've been saving something, and I want to do it tonight. I got my shears here. In the People's Republic of Illinois, to even walk into a gun store to purchase ammunition, those statist SOBs make you have what's called a firearm owner identification card, okay? I've got it right here from Illinois. I now live in Tennessee. I am now going to take this and tell those statist bastards in Illinois what they can do. There you go. There you go. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Constitution. That's my firearms owner identification card right there. The very original. That's it. You get that, Mr. Taylor? There we go. It's not like a ShamWow guy, right? That's it. That's where my rights come from. My rights, sorry, Chris Cuomo, you moron, my rights come from God, not from some collectivist bunch of liberals telling me what I can and can't own. You know, what I love is that we won a little case at the Supreme Court in Illinois called the McDonald case, which finally we were allowed to have concealed carry. And I had people call me up from across the country and say, "Congratulations." And I said, "Don't you dare congratulate me." I said, "We had to go all the way to the Supreme Court to fight for our rights." I said, "It's an abomination." I couldn't get out of Illinois fast enough. And what amazes me is, remember the liberals, when Florida picked up concealed carry in 1987, and they said it was going to be blood in the streets, the OK Corral. Well, you know what's happened in Florida since 1987? All their violent crime has dropped. Less than 0.1% of concealed carry licenses have been revoked. And you know why most of those have been revoked? Because it's been idiots drunk driving with a weapon in the car. It's not because concealed carry owners committed some sort of crime with their weapon. And as John will tell you, and as he did in the video, concealed carry owners are some of the most responsible people in the world. Gun owners are incredibly responsible. John and I met and fell in love, as I said, in the green room at Pierce Morgan. It was the first time I saw him, and I thought, this guy's got guts. Now, Katie, was it you that went to Pierce Morgan with a blurb on your book from me, and the executive producer said something to you saying, okay, it wasn't Katie. And I don't think it was, I know it wasn't Dana, but there was someone whose book I blurbed, and it's driving me crazy, I can't remember it right now, but the executive producer saw the book of this young author before she was going on TV, and the executive producer said, wow, Brad Thor hates Pierce Morgan's guts. And this young author had the guts to say, you know what, and with good reason. This was right before she was going out on Pierce Morgan. I believe that we should be. We've now had our rights upheld in the Supreme Court. We should be a protected class, okay? We're hearing about bakers that don't want to bake cakes and florists who don't want to, you know what? I don't want you telling me I can't come into a restaurant, you know? I don't want any more institutionalized discrimination against gun owners. you're going to be thankful. If anything goes down in your restaurant and I'm there, and I have what I tell my children, I tell anybody I meet about guns, if I have my emergency rescue tool, if I have to break leather as opposed to breaking glass and save your life, you're going to be so glad I am in that restaurant, regardless of your stupid sign outside that's got that dumb little gun with the cross through it. I'm sorry, you're going to be glad you've got a responsible, trained gun owner. And you know what, there have been stories, and John can tell you about these stories over and over again, where, and we even heard, I believe it was Wayne last year, after Newtown say, you know, the only thing that stops a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. And that's true. We are good people. And, you know, when government is afraid of its people, you have liberty. And when the people are afraid of the government, you have tyranny. And these rights that we have as gun owners are so important. And John, I gotta tell you, I'm a father, I am teaching my children. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, we are not raising enough new gun owners in this country. We are not raising enough shooters in this country, and we need to do that. And the one thing, if you all forget everything I say tonight, I'd like you to please remember this. We should all commit right now to take one non-shooter out a year and convert them. The left is amazing at converting people. The statists are constantly like water on a stone. It's a fire hoses on a stone most of the time. It's not even as subtle as water. We need to commit to recruiting new gun owners because we're not raising enough of them in the country. Those like me and like other people in this room that are teaching their children responsible gun ownership, that's fantastic. But we need to go beyond that. We need to be actively recruiting people in at least one a year. Take somebody to the range, have them work with an NRI certified instructor and turn people into gun owners. We definitely need to do that. Now, before I turn it over, I don't know, Phil, who do you have coming up next? I'm sure it's going to be much prettier than me. Yeah, it's definitely going to be much prettier than me. The one thing that I'd like to leave everybody with is that it really is. We hear a lot that the First Amendment is a big deal and it's the freedom of expression. And it is, it's a huge deal. But this is not just lip service when we say the Second Amendment is the one that protects all the others. And they're not stopping. They're going to continually come for the guns. And I want to thank all of you who are here tonight because you paid to be here. I want to thank all of the auction bidders. What John is doing, can we give John a big round of applause, please? John, thank you. Thank you. John doesn't have a lot of competition in what he's doing, and what he's doing is very important because he's competing with much more limited funds than a Soros or a Bloomberg, and John is willing to go out there and suffer those slings and arrows. He's very, very important to our cause. We see that the statists will not stop. They are determined if they can't get our guns, they're going to starve the guns, right? They're going to come after ammunition. They're going to come after that 5.56. Well, I will leave you all folks with this because, you know what, I don't care if this gets seen by the Department of Homeland Security, I don't care if it gets seen by the NSA, I don't care who sees it, all right? I am a big believer in, you know, we had Charlton Heston a long time ago say, "For my cold dead hands," and now we see the statists coming from ammunition, all right? Molin Lave, or Molin Lave, however you want to pronounce it, you want it, come and get it, you can have it one round at a time. You're not taking my guns, you're not taking my ammo, hands the hell off. God bless you, John Lott, and thank you for everything.